out and one for the intelligent as fellas get. Listen, let's settle this, be clear. I can fall back 7 years, still it ain't no one ahead of me. Consider it a blessing if you get to stand next to me. 5-star general, OG veteran, cake like.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Well, today we're going to talk. I'm going to actually do a different video on my tattoos. I've done one. It was a while back. It was before I completely got sleeved, and we'll go over, you know, a bunch of the tattoos and stuff and what they mean. And for me, the tattoos, sleeves, I've wanted them since I was younger. The first person I think I saw with them was honestly The Undertaker. He was a pro wrestler. He had these like crazy sleeves, like these biker sleeves that he had on his, you know, and I couldn't tell what they were. They were all like black and gray. And then I believe it was about 1990. Okay, I'm going to date myself. You guys know I'm fucking older. Motley Crue had these sleeves. Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee both had these fucking sleeves. They had like something called the metal mohawk. It was like the sides were shaved, the head. Anyways. But that's when I first saw these sleeves and I was like, wow, that's fucking awesome. I don't know what it is about that I like the way it looks so much, but I absolutely fucking love that and I want to do that. Now, right around 1993, of course I was still a kid. I was like fucking 15, 14 years old. And a lot of things you want to do as a kid, you grow up and you don't really want to do. So as I got a little bit older, I still wanted to do it. You know, I turned 15, 16, 17. I wanted to get my first tattoo, which my parents were against. And I got my first tattoo, and I still want to do the sleeves, but I was competing in bodybuilding at the time. And I realized that, like, you know, as you can see, like, you can see the muscularity in my arm here. And the reason why I didn't cover this with a sleeve is because if you turn it around, you can see how you don't see the muscularity in my delts and stuff anymore. And even on my back, you can see over here, when I flex my back, if you have that tattooed, you can't see that. And I was fully aware that that would happen in bodybuilding competition, so I didn't get tattooed. As soon as I was done competing in bodybuilding, that's when I started to go with the heavier tattoos in the sleeves. So, you know, it was something that I always wanted to do, and it seemed very sudden to some people. You know, I don't think it sounded, I mean, my brother has sleeves. A bunch of my friends have sleeves back home, but, you know, my parents I don't think were surprised. But my friends here in Virginia and Maryland, and my girlfriend Carrie at the time, I think were very surprised when I started to get heavily tattooed. Now, that being said about, you know, the story of why I got the sleeves, etc., and why I got them so fast, the 5% tattoo, which you can see right here on my arm. Where is it? Right there. Let me get the thing right. That 5% tattoo actually has caused a little bit of, you know, I don't want to say controversy, but I see people mentioning it in my comment section, and they've actually written me emails and asked me, Jerry, do you regret getting the 5% tattoo now that you're not with 5% anymore? And the answer is no. I haven't regretted getting one single tattoo that I have. I actually have my ex-girlfriend's name tattooed in here in Korean. It says Angel, which is angel. I don't regret it. I still have it. You know, obviously, I don't regret any of my tattoos. They're a story. They're my story. They're basically telling my story of my life on the outside of me. That 5% tattoo, now, what it represents to me, when I got the 5% tattoo, now the whole 5% nutrition thing and Rich Piana, and it's taken on a whole new life. It's completely different now than it was originally in the beginning. In the beginning, when Rich came up with the concept, he sought out people that were close to him and people that were like-minded to him that would represent, it wasn't necessarily a brand. It wasn't necessarily technically a supplement brand. It was a lifestyle. It was specifically people that had that mindset, that top 5%. And as, you know, more and more people get hired around him, I was offered the sponsorship. I was offered to be hired. I accepted it. Now here's the cool thing. I didn't get sponsored by 5% and run out and get the tattoo. When I got to the Olympia, this is a true story, 2014 I believe it was. 2014, yeah, 2014 Olympia. When I got there, and I was greeted by Rich and the other guys and girls at 5%, I literally felt within like the first 10 minutes like you fit in. You blended. They were more like me than a lot of the other people in the fitness industry. And I remember saying that's probably the most real people I've ever met in the fitness industry, all at one fucking booth. And we were all there together, and they may have looked rough as fuck, but they were the most outgoing, accepting people that I had ever fucking known. And, you know, the relationships that I built then with these people, I still have to this day. Most of us are not with 5% anymore. You know, you have Angel Tattoo, Ariel, Adriel, you know, he's not with 5% anymore. I still talk to him. You have Darren from Old School Iron, still in contact with him. You know, Viking, you know, all these different guys that, you know, Casey Mitchell, who's that one-legged monster, who's still a friend of mine, who's now on Primeval with me. We formed these bonds, these friends. I can't not mention Katie Slaughter. I can't not mention Katie. I met her through the, you know, the 5% thing, and we're still really good friends. And her boyfriend Ty, you know, like, I met all these people through 5%, and it was a tight-knit group. It wasn't a big group at the time, and literally everywhere we went, you know, we had each other's backs. It was fucking awesome. It was like, you know, you almost had like family. It was being part of something that was, it wasn't growing to the point it is now, but it was something very special, especially in the beginning, the way that everybody was. And you can watch the people that, what they call the OG 5%ers, which is what I'd be considered, branch off and do our own things and be successful at our other things, which is exactly what Rich wanted. When Rich put it together, he said, you know, I want you guys to build up yourselves and go on to do other things. You know, that's exactly what he wants. And that's exactly what happened. And then I can't thank Rich enough and 5% enough. You know, when I was sponsored by them, of course it helped my channel grow. It helped my name get out there more. You know, Rich gave me a boost just like, you know, Chris Jones, when he put me in one of his videos, gave me a boost. You know, or Big J or Mark Lloydline or any of them, when they put me in their videos, gave me a boost and made me more, you know, seen to the public. So, I mean, I can't say that it was a bad thing that, you know, I was with 5%. It was never a bad thing. It was an amazing thing. You know, and I looked down at that 5% tattoo, and it's not about a nutrition company. It's not about a sponsorship. It's about a lifestyle and what happened at that point in my life when I was a 5%er. And to the day I die, I'll be a 5%er. When I roll into the expo, you know, there are definitely some people I could give a shit less if I saw. But there are definitely people that I need to see when I'm there that I don't get to see that often. I'm going to go see Mark Lobliner. I'm going to go see Big J. I'm going to go see Rich Piana. Okay? And usually when I get to the 5% booth, it's almost like I never left. Eric, you know, all these guys, they're in, Katie's there. They're all there like, Jerry, hey. And we catch up and stuff. And it's almost like I never left and I'm still part of 5%, even though I'm not with 5%. And that's what I kind of take home from it. Like, do I regret it? No, because I still feel like I'm a 5%er, even though I'm not with a 5% nutrition company anymore, if that makes any sense. So it's like you don't have to be sponsored by a company to be part of something or to get a fucking tattoo. I mean, there's lots of people getting lots of tattoos, and at that point it wasn't really vogue yet. It wasn't like a popular, not everybody was getting them. And I remember, you know, they were doing free tattoos at the after party, the first after party at the Olympia, and they were all booked up and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to wait. You know, I'm part of this. I feel like I'm part of this. This is great. I'm happy to be a part of this. And I went out to another tattoo parlor and I got it and I showed it to the guys the next day, and it was like a bonding experience. So no, I don't regret it one fucking bit. I love when people ask me about it. Why do you have a 5% tattoo on your arm? I explain to them what it is, and they go, oh, wow. 5% of the general population really, oh, that's pretty awesome. Because, you know, who wants to be the fucking 95% that fucking suck? Everybody wants to be part of the 5%. So I'll get to another video where I talk about my tattoos and explain what all these different Polynesian symbols and stuff are on here. And you guys can see that scar tissue on my fucking shoulder. Look at that. That fucking sucks. But all these different Polynesian symbols and stuff on here, and what they mean all put together like that, and why I get the sleeves. I don't even think I explained the loyalty that's on here and the unbroken. I don't even think I explained those. I think it was just like the flames and a couple tattoos I had in the old explanation. So we'll do one of those soon. So biosafetraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biosafetraining.com is a blog. It's the 5% tattoo. It's on that side. Right there. And we're out.